Are we live? What's up, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another fantastic week of MediaScope. And guess what? Clearly, you see, I'm one, not in the normal studio, and B, not at home, right? I am in the big ATL. As you remember, last week we were talking about the conference. Give me a second, guys, because I'm hearing an echo, so I need to solve this echo problem. So I don't know why I'm hearing an echo.
We are in the deep South.
Yeah, exactly. MC Curtis, any idea why I'm hearing an echo?
Not really. Yeah, because I'm not hearing an echo on my end. Or you don't sound like it doesn't sound like an
She
echo.
said because we're in the deep South, that's why we hear an echo.
Oh, that's probably it right there.
Okay, I think it's gone. Yay! No, it's not gone. It's still there.
Maybe you have to hold your finger up. It'll get rid of it.
Okay, so I muted it. So hold tight, guys, because as you know, this is live, and there's always an issue when it's live. And of course, it's always going to be an issue whenever it's live. So yeah, this is so weird. I don't know why I'm hearing this echo. It's MC Curtis?
Yeah,
are you there?
I'm here. I don't hear an echo coming from you.
You don't hear an echo?
No,
I'm hearing it in my ear.
Yeah, not at all. No echo.
Wow. Okay. So we're just going to go on. MC, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of my ear because I'm hearing the echo through this. So when I need to say something to you, I'll put it in. Yeah.
Does your
All right, guys. So welcome to another week of MediaScope. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, a filmmaker, a media content producer, and a journalist. Every week, the meeting of the minds comes here to MediaScope to learn all about media, tech, and pop culture. And today, I am super excited because I have a special guest. Clearly, as I said, I'm in the ATL for the Atlanta Pitch Summit, and I am here with somebody else who's going to be involved in the Pitch Summit. Introduce yourself. I'm not going to take your thunder.
Well, my name is Terri Crook, and I'm the only legal crook on this call today.
That's good. Well, the only legal crook. Unfortunately, there are a lot of other crooks in this world.
Oh, yeah. So, naturally, and a lot of them are my relatives, okay?
Oh, wow. Fantastic. So Terri is a motivational speaker. She is an author. She is also a producer. Since this is all, media. So I wanted her to come on the show. And also because we're on this trajectory of the Pitch Summit, I really wanted her on the show as well. So we're going to do like we normally do. I'm so happy she's here. We're going to do a little bit of interview and then we're going to get to the stories of the day. Is that okay with you?
That's okay with me.
All right. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself and about your background. Have you always been in media or is this a new thing for you?
Well, kind of, sort of, but it's really new because I started out when I graduated from college. I started working for the federal government. That's right, a crook with the federal government. And so
surprise. Anyway.
So I worked there for over 30 years and I always loved entertainment. Always. So while I was working, I would do community theater. I studied under Vinette Carroll doing stage work.
Well, explain who Vinette Carroll is in case they don't know.
That's right. Vinette Carroll is the first African-American woman to ever direct a play on Broadway. Nice. And she did Your Arms Are Too Short to Box with God.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she relocated to Florida and started a theater group there and just did all kind of workshops with us to help hone our skills. So I had the privilege of working with her. And when I tell you she was a character, she was so funny.
Wow.
She was so funny, but I learned a lot from working with her. I learned how to just be able to change up and do at the spur of the moment because she was always changing up the blocking and so forth. But even though you were like, I just learned this blocking and now I got to turn and learn this, but it was wonderful because you could see how strongly those changes, how powerful that they made the scene work in making those last minute changes. So anyway, I learned a lot from her and remained in Florida doing all sorts of theater work when I could. And I also, I used to sing in a band. And,
what?
Yeah.
Why don't I know this?
Yeah, well, because, you gotta remember the words of the song, and I had no problems in changing it up, okay? But I enjoyed doing that. Yes, I enjoyed doing that. So I did that, and then I started speaking and also teaching youth. I volunteered with the Boys and Girls Clubs and teaching youth how to speak. So I went and studied with Les Brown and became one of his platinum speakers. And I did a lot of speaking on the job because I had to work with a lot of the senators and congressmen when I was working for the federal government. So it just honed my skills. And then while I was working there, I loved helping people get their right fit within the government. Because sometimes, people apply for a job and they get it, but they may not be in the right position for them.
Right. One
that is really honing their skills or their true passion. And I just had this gift of listening and being able to say to them, kind of questioning them, coaching them, and identifying that gift. And before you know it, we were heading them towards where their true gift lied. Because when you are doing what you love, man, you can do some wonderful things.
Preach, teach, preach, and church.
Absolutely.
Yes. And Curtis says absolutely.
Now, all right, Curtis.
And Curtis, guess what? The echo is gone. I don't know what that was about, but not today. Not today, devil. Anyway, let's go on to before I go on, I'd like to acknowledge some people in the room. Over on the Facebook Live side, we have Yolanda Lattimore, who is actually an ATLian. So she's here. Yeah, so I'm in the ATL, Yolanda. We have no excuse this time not to get together. Anna from upstate New York, what's up? How are you doing?
I bet it's cold up there, Anna.
Oh, yes, because it's a little brisk here, so I'm sure it's colder there. Fraser Ramsey, all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland. Yes. Wow. He's good people.
That's great.
Yeah. So welcome everybody. Let's and more people on the Facebook side. Let's go over to the Periscope side. And I know I have missed 10 million of these by now. So what's up? Ashley Adams, thanks for being here. You Foresight, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Jazz Real 954, which must mean you're in Broward County.
Whoa.
Fantastic. What's up, Peekaboo? Good to see you. He's in California.
Okay.
And History Needs You is in the UK, in England. Natalie Crew, troublemaker number 1. What's up, sis? Good to see you. And Sir Exile is I'm sure you all heard Curtis say trouble. See, Curtis, you started. She said nothing. She was just being here, enjoying Terry, and now be prepared for the onslaught because you started it. Oh, I'll let you know. Oh, and Lechi is here. Hey, Lechi, how are you? From New York. Good to see you. Also, Alex Ajadi, Hot Dog LA from LA, of course. Yes. Right. Peregrine Took, what's up? I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. And B. Castano, thank you. I'll keep going. I just wanted to acknowledge all of you that are in the room because it took me 10 million years to do it because of this bloody echo. I don't know what's going on. So now that we're here, let me introduce us again. My name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, a filmmaker, a media content producer, and a journalist. I am here in Atlanta with motivational speaker and author and producer Terri Crook. And she has some interesting things coming up. So let's move over to the Pitch Summit.
Okay.
I had the pleasure of having the founder of the Pitch Summit on 3 weeks ago, Ty Johnson Chavis. Yes. Then last week, I had the ambassador, actress and comedian Coca Brown.
My girl.
Coca is everything. They so enjoyed her. Yes. She is absolutely everything. Mm-hmm. And so, hey, Cliffy Land, what's up? Good to see you. So what is your connection to the Pitch Summit? Do tell.
Well, I'm also somewhat of an ambassador too, but helping out as well.
Okay.
And the studio that I am working with, that we'll be talking about the talk show later, is actually one of the sponsors. And so I will be there tomorrow night. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night is the red carpet night, but there are no tux or gowns, okay? We're going to do it the sassy, classy, jazzy way with the red carpet.
Sort of like what you see here now.
What you see here now. Okay.
Yes.
And so we're going to open it with the red carpet and also have a screening of a Hollywood film called Cargo.
Yeah. Okay. Now talk about Cargo. Cargo actually stars Jimmy Jean-Louis.
Yes.
And please help me. The actor that plays
Hollywood. You know
yes.
what? Omar. But listen,
really?
I
Cool.
just call him Hollywood.
Yeah, everybody calls him Hollywood. He will never be able to shake that character.
Right.
He is Hollywood first. So those of you who don't know, Hollywood is the ultimate character on Queen Sugar, which is direct. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just agreeing. I'm listening.
Oh, you're agreeing. Okay. Not along. Not silently. No, I'm just kidding.
He plays advice boyfriend in Queen Sugar, Hollywood. And his character is such that we all just adore him. And we look at him and say, oh, she has the best man. He's always supportive and so forth. But when you ask him, he says, there's not that. He says Hollywood doesn't exist. He's so funny. He is so funny. Yes. But anyway.
I wish he did.
You were exactly. But we will be showing the film Cargo, and we're also having Hollywood execs there who are going to be there to hear pitches of story ideas during the weekend. But I will get an opportunity to show my sizzle of my TV talk show that will be rolling out. And so I'm very excited and grateful and honored that it is being allowed to air right before we preview or we see the screening of Cargo.
Now that's a big deal. Not everybody can. This is a huge deal.
Yes.
So as you see, there's some major players. This is Atlanta Wood now. So I'm not surprised, but there's some major players. This is a major movie, and you're going to get to put your trailer for the talk show there.
Yes.
So what I know that there's some hush hush stuff, but can you tell us a little bit about what this talk show, as if I don't know, is supposed to?
Well, first of all, everybody, let me just say that your host here is the director of the TV talk show. And when I tell you, she had us popping. Okay. All right. So anyway, when she says she is a film producer and director, she is. She knows her. She knows her thing, her stuff. Okay.
I'm not just pretending.
Yeah, she's not just pretending. She gets it done. So anyway, the show is geared towards women 40 and above who may have delayed their dreams due to they got married, they had kids, they focused on their jobs, their careers, or they were lucky enough to take care of their parents. And so what it is based on my book, which we're going to talk about a little later. It's only halftime. You're still in the game. And the name of the show is It's Only Halftime. So with the show, we are just wanting to bring women on who are over 40 and who delayed their dreams, but they came back after the age of 40 and start implementing those dreams. And they're telling their stories. They're telling how they got down the field, how they crossed the goal line and succeeded. And we have some marvelous stories and how they didn't let age become a barrier. They didn't let their current circumstances become a barrier. And I'm just so excited. And even some of the women that I have mentored will be on the show, and they're going to give their halftime reports. And it's just such an inspiring and we're looking forward to move women to action. Now, I say women, but let me tell you guys, I had a lot of men in the audience.
Oh my goodness.
And a lot of them said to me, you may be focusing on women, but a lot of things that happened during the show were we welcomed. It was a lot of great information for them. So I'm just excited that everyone is embracing it. And they love the fact that during the show, we incorporated a lot of the little football acronyms and so forth.
Well, that's the point of halftime.
Exactly.
Right?
That is.
Now, let me tell you, you all know, or maybe you don't know, but I'm going to tell you now. The only football I know is soccer. I don't know a damn thing about American football. And so when they were saying, yeah, halftime report in 50, I'm like,
in the red zone with Crook and Coco.
I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I don't know.
Right.
But people who are football fans do. And, the whole thing is you would think, oh, well, would women get it? Absolutely, because half of fans of football in this country are women, correct?
Yes,
right.
yes. And then we explain it during the show as well. So if you don't know it, and she didn't, but she got it while we were producing the show. She got it. So, but again, and I mentioned a segment with Coco Brown. My girl is in that segment called In the Red Zone with Crook and Coco. And this is where we have a conversation and discuss issues from a seasoned woman's point of view. And then we give our spice. We add our little spice to the point of view. And it's really exciting because, as you all know, Coco brings a lot of spice to anything she does. Anything she does. Yeah. So you're really going to enjoy her in this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Spice. Makes me think of Old Bay, but not Old.
Yeah. Speaking of, she can cook, y'all. I'm so happy to have her here. She can throw down.
I'm like, let me get my apron.
Yes.
I really can cook. So can MC Curtis, right, MC?
Of course.
Well, all right. And he really can cook, I think. We'll find out. Okay. Anyway, right. So let's go and welcome some other people. Bridget Washington McKinney, our soror. Hello.
Oh, hey, soror.
Yes. Our soror from up South Broward. How are you?
Okay.
Anna says, fab necklace tonight. Thank you. This is one of my faves now. Yes, so many good things developing in Atlanta, says Anna. Absolutely. Fraser says, cracking the whip. Who? MC Curtis or me or her? Let me know.
It's probably Tachi.
Fraser. Fraser Ramsey says, Foxy at over 40.
Oh, I love Fraser. Love it.
Anna says, yes, you do. The Bills are fans are devoted, even if they get discouraged. Yes, I understand, but I didn't follow the Bills. Who but true fans are going to go during football season in Buffalo and sit and watch? It's cold. No, thank you. No, thanks. I'll watch something else.
You'll watch something
perhaps. Anyway. So, and then let me go over to, I know we got some things. So, Peekaboo says cool to the show and awesome to the show. Okay. Also, let's see, U4Side, put that back in again because I'm not quite seeing it. Peekaboo says, the Miami Dolphins, right? Yeah, unfortunately,
yes,
I do.
We do.
And fun fact, I don't know if this is fun, but it's a fact. My office, the university that I was a professor at for 10 years, my office overlooked the Dolphins training facility.
Oh, that's right, Nova University.
Yeah. So I could look in and see them practice. Not that I cared. For somebody else who cared, that would have been me. Yeah, exactly. But it never happens to the people who give a damn. It's always people like me that are like, meh. Anyway, F, okay. It's always like that. But yeah, my office overlooked their training facility. I had a big window and I could see them. So if I'm not looking at a beach view, I guess that was okay. Anyway.
Well, I'm sure it was a good view from where she sat.
Yes. Thank you for welcoming everyone, Natalie. She's not a troublemaker all the time. And TV channeling, that's Kevin, my co-host from the TV channeling podcast that we have. He says, when will we get the chance to see halftime?
Well, we're hoping in 2019. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed because we are presenting it to major networks and it's looking good. And we just got the rights this past week. We just got the rights to the theme song to the show, which is...
and who's it sung by?
The song is by the legendary actress and singer Melba Moore.
Wow.
How exciting is that?
Yes.
Congratulations.
And when I say she still has it, she can still hit those notes and hold it for 3 days. 3 days, y'all.
Absolutely.
She is good. So her song, one of her songs on her latest album, was selected to be on the theme song of the show, and we are just so excited that we were able to get the rights. Yeah.
Yes, it's absolutely exciting. So
It's
that's
my time again.
exactly. And if you don't hear it from her, but the best believe I'll probably tell you, okay, guys, it's time, and this is where you can see it. So let's move from the show. We'll probably come back to the show, but let's move on to the book. Now, the show was basically pushed because of the book.
That's right.
Right.
That's
So
right.
tell us a little bit about this book. What is it?
Well, the book is entitled "It's Only Halftime: Your Playbook to Your Second Win," and "win" would be WIN with the D in
Wind. Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and let me just
Show the book.
Show you the book here. Can you see it, everybody? Can you see it?
Yeah. They see it.
Okay. So the book is it's a journal, and it's also a way of, for me, I'm listing out how to get your second win, how to sit down and really go in introspection to see what it is that you love doing, to try to see what takes you to your happy place. What is it that you love doing that you don't have to think about? It's
Right.
just, it's a joy to do. And when you wake up in the morning, you can't wait to do it. And you just love doing it, and you can do it with your eyes closed. Okay. That's a gift that you have. That's a gift. And so through this book, I help you tap into that by going in to figure it out. Okay. And then when you find out what your gift is, then you got to figure out, okay, so let's establish a goal, a game plan as to how we're going to get there. Because, you know, in football, you got to have a playbook. You got to have
but okay.
But in football, in sports,
okay.
period.
Okay.
Okay. And in life, but in sports, you have to have a game plan as to how you're going to get there. All right. And so now when you ask me what inspired, because you did ask me about that, and I'll come back and go further into what the book is all about. But the book was inspired by my parents.
Okay.
Okay. Because my mother lost her leg. She had her leg amputated because she was diagnosed after the age of 40. She was diagnosed with cancer in her femur bone, and they put a rod in it, but she outlived the rod. So after 10 years of wearing the rod, they had to amputate. So they amputated her leg, and it was, you know, when you're at that age, right over 40, you know, you still feel like you have a lot of life going. And so I walked with her. I did her last walk at Walter Reed Hospital with her, and just let her cry. Just let her get it all out. Every emotion she was feeling at that time. But when we got back to that room that night, I said, it's on. We are going to get through this and get through it together. And so we did as a family. Okay. My siblings and everyone came up to DC, and we rallied around her, and we made sure that was going to be her last cry. Okay. And losing the leg, but understanding that she gained another day at life. Because as we said to her, we would rather have part of you than none of you. Okay. And so she inspired me through this "It's Only Halftime," the way she embraced life. And we got her a car, and a car where she could drive with her left leg. Oh, yes. Wow. Yes. Yes. They were able to install some equipment where her, the brake, the driver, paddle was on the left side. Okay. And so we went we went with her to help her to learn how to adjust to that. And she did that. She drove, and I mean, she enjoyed driving. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yes. Yes. Now, the first time she put her foot on that gas pedal, we were all going back like this. She was like, take it off. But she did it, and she kept on going with it. So she was an inspiration. And then there was another man that was an inspiration to me as far as understanding that it's only halftime. And back in 1956, this man was boxing, okay? And he was boxing to qualify for the Olympics, okay? And during the qualification, he broke his hand. And when he broke his hand, although he won the fight, he lost because if you break your hand, you can't qualify to go on to the Olympics because you're still boxing.
Right.
All right. So here he is. He's standing there staring at his hand going, what do I do? Do I continue on? Do I continue on training? Because the Olympics is every 4 years. So if I continue on, that means it will be 4 more years and I will be 31. And that at the time was considered old for an athlete. Okay. So he chose to continue on. He chose to say it was mind over matter.
Wow.
He did not give in to his age and what the critics said because, they talked about him back then. They talked about him about, this old man out in the ring. Remember back during the time when Foreman came back at 40?
Yeah.
And they talked about him?
Yeah.
It was similar back in the 50s. Okay. And so he kept going. But in 1960 in Rome, he stood in the middle of William Skeeter McClure and Muhammad Ali and won the middleweight gold medal, and became the Olympic gold medalist in 1960, representing the United States. And this man was my dad, Eddie Crook Jr.
Wow.
So
Awesome
he taught me that do not give in to age. Age is just a number. Whatever it is that you want to do, you tell your mind, and your mind will tell your body, and you'll do it.
Absolutely.
You'll do it.
Great story.
Where's my church fan?
Right?
Where's my fan? That's what we need a congregation.
Yes. Great story.
No, great. And Curtis is saying great story. We know you can't hear him, but
Yeah.
great story. Absolutely. Let's take some comments before we go on. Let's see. And TV Channel has said, wow, what a huge get, talking about Melba Moore. And U4Sight says, I'm sorry to hear about that. Mothers are so precious.
Yes, they are.
And Peekaboo says, that's great. What is missing? That's what is missing in society today. People who show up and care about you.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely. And Smile Pretty Lady, hey, how are you? Saying,
Hey, Smile Pretty
hey.
Lady.
She says, so true. Hey, history needs you. Did I acknowledge you before? If I didn't, hello. How? History Needs You says, still here, by the way, been listening on audio only as you tidy up. See, this is what I love about the MediaScope audience.
Yes.
They will be at work. They will be doing doing everything that they're not supposed to do to listen to this. And this is why I love, they'll be like, I'm at work. I'm like, should you be watching MediaScope? But I'm glad you are. So
Yes.
And History Needs You is, for a long time, there were 4 of us that did a kind of like a video podcast on called the Classic Movie Salon. So where we would watch classic movies and discuss them. So I'm hoping that we're able to come back and do that again soon. But he is a wonderful individual.
Back in the day of Betty Davis.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm a huge.
Oh, yes. I love AMC.
Yes. And here's another soror, Divine Right. And she says, this is so inspiring. Thank you for sharing. Can we get an amen? Amen.
Amen, my sister.
Natalie Cruz says, cue Mahalia Jackson. Okay. We don't have the rights to that.
Cue Mahalia Jackson. I love it.
Therefore, we will not be playing any Mahalia Jackson music.
Right.
But you can think about it in your head. And let's go over to Facebook Live. Terry Johnson, what's up? My girl, Terry. Hey. Another Terry.
That's right. Namesake.
And she's a tech person, a big tech person.
Okay.
Yeah. Araya. What's up, Araya? He is an alpha 06?
Oh, ice, baby.
Wait, isn't your dad was an alpha?
No, my dad was a Q, but my baby brother is an alpha.
Okay, okay. So it's all in the Greek family.
That's right.
That's right. You got everybody, all three girls, your mother and your...
And my baby sister.
And you are deltas. Your brother's an alpha. And
my dad was a Q.
Wow. Wow.
And get this. I caught my dad in the mirror one day. He was doing the Q dance. You know. I said, "You better get it."
He thought nobody was watching.
Yeah,
oh, that's funny.
The things parents do when you're not, when they think you're not watching.
Exactly.
Wow, fantastic. Peekaboo says I'm past halftime at the post-game party now. No, it's never too late for halftime.
That's
never too late.
Never too late.
Yes, happy days in the salon. History needs you. Absolutely. And so let's continue on. Before we get to the news, because in about 2 minutes we'll get to some news stories that we can get to. Let's talk a little bit more about the book. Yes.
Okay. So in the book, I also share my stories of how I had mismanagement of finances, mismanagement of relationships. Did I say relationships? Okay. And so, and I also talk about career and just all the missteps that I took in life. Okay. But I did not let that sideline me for accomplishing the things that I'm accomplishing today. Okay. And so I put all of that in the book. And I also talk about the steps that you take to do it and how to put together a game plan, coming up with your goals, listing them, short-term, long-term goals. But even when you list your the activities that you're going to do and even the goal, let's start with the goal. Start off with your ultimate goal, then come up with the one thing that you can accomplish right away. And then put one activity, because a lot of times we get disheartened and we'll stop doing it if we have a whole list of things to do because it becomes overwhelming. And so in the book, I walk you through how to just, take your time and list it. And then as you accomplish something, you check it off. You go get an accountability partner, someone that you can trust. Someone is going to hold you accountable for completing that activity that you said you wanted to complete by the date you said you're going to complete it. And then once you've done it, then you check it off and you celebrate. And then you go back to the next item that you need to do until you look up and you've accomplished the things that you want to do. Now, I came up with this because I was over 40 when I wrote the book. And when I published it, I was over 50. And I just turned 60. And I usually
wait. This woman, if you're looking at her, said she just turned 60. I want to know what type of sorcery you are practicing so that I can bottle it and sell it. 60?
Wow.
60. And I usually don't tell it because when I retired from the government after 37 years, everybody thought I was 37. Only personnel knew my real age, okay? But I tease about it, but I'm proud of it. Because I took those values and those things that my parents taught me. And I tell people all the time, it's not about the time it takes to get there. It's taking the time to get there.
Right, well
and in the book, I walk you through it. And it's similar to, if how many of you all saw the Super Bowl game against the Atlanta Falcons? And this was 2 years ago, the Atlanta Falcons against the New England Patriots. In the beginning of the game, Atlanta was winning.
Okay, I remember.
Atlanta was winning. The score was like 23 to 3, or 26 to 3. Atlanta was winning when they went into the locker room. Okay, and I had already done my victory lap because the family had gotten together. We were celebrating. We were rooting for Atlanta. Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. Okay, just so excited. After halftime, the quarterback came out of the locker room, and Tom Brady and he and his receivers, they had that look on their face. And Tom Brady had that look, and he was looking at his receivers like this, like, I got you. And they were looking back, I got you. And next thing you know, he was throwing that ball and it was connecting.
Yes.
1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns. And the next thing you know, we're into double overtime. First time in Super Bowl history. And they won the game. Snatched it out. What did they prove? That you don't give up. You do not give up. If you have a dream or a goal, if it's something that you want to accomplish, you can do it. And if it appears, if life has it where the score is life is 26 and you are 3, don't believe the numbers. Don't believe the numbers. What you put up here in your head, it's what's going to be your reality.
Absolutely.
So you can do this. Just keep in mind, it is only halftime. You are still in the game.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
Woo! Yes. Yes.
After church,
Right. Hit the buffet.
the ladies auxiliary will be congregating in the basement to discuss the pastor's anniversary.
Yes, yes, yes. This is what it's all about. I'm telling you, I love this message.
Wow.
I love living the message, and I love helping
Right.
others achieve the message.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. And now you've added soon to be media mogul to all of this.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how is that transition of being motivational speaker and author to now including other types of media?
Well, I love having this platform of being able to be on social media, and also, and by the way, don't forget to follow me at Terri Crook Media.
Oh, we're going to put your card.
Yeah,
back
but I
up
just want to
before-
put that. I just want to put that on out there, okay? Because I do every week. I do these little 2 minutes with Terri to give you a little nuggets of it's only halftime. You're still in the game, but I love being able to take this message to another platform because it's really not about me. It's
Right.
about the message.
Okay.
I'm just grateful to be the messenger, to be honest. I really am. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be the example, the credible witness of it's only halftime, that you're still in the game. And I sincerely am just so excited that here's a platform that I will be able to expand the reach to help people, literally help people by bringing other women and soon we'll have men as well on the show to explain how they incorporated it's only halftime into their lives and achieve their dreams despite their age or circumstances.
Fantastic, fantastic. So we're going to go to the room and
Okay.
then we're going to talk about some news stories. Yes?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So let's see. Anna said she needed to hear this today.
Oh, good, Anna. Go for it, girl.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Araya says, write down your diet, publish it as a book called I Make Angela Bassett Look Raggedy, the cookbook. So
It's called coverage.
no. She is really like bomb. She seriously is bomb. Terry Johnson says, preach, it ain't over. This is all on
I
Facebook.
love it.
Anna says, talk about multiple streams of revenue, Terri Crook Media. So yeah, absolutely. Terry Johnson says, I missed watching the beginning. I will be watching the replay. Oh, please do.
Yes.
And Penda, oh my goodness, this is somebody I haven't seen in years. Probably since like 2010.
What?
Hey, Penda, how are
Hey.
you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope all is going well with you. And Anna gives a high 10, high five, high 10. What's up? And then let's go over to Periscope. I know I missed a bunch of stuff over there. Natalie is laughing as usual at something you said. History needs you gave a long amen.
All right.
Divine Right said, go ahead, Daddy, hopping around the house. Divine Right also asked, did you self-publish your book, Terri, and how was the process? She's an author, and she wants to know if you have any marketing tips.
Okay. All right. No, I didn't self-publish my book. Now, I don't speak against it because to me, whatever works for you, explore both options and see which one works for you. At the time when I was publishing my book, my mother had transitioned. And so I had a lot of things to do in getting things ready. And so I decided self-publishing at that time just wasn't for me. So I sought a publisher, and my publisher is Mind Matters Publishing, MYND Matters Publishing, located here in Atlanta. Renita Bryant is the founder, and she's excellent because she walked me through the whole process. Of course, they have other folks there that will walk you through. She has a staff that will walk you through and help you understand what you're doing, what the cost would be, the cost of, because first, you got to copyright your work. And then after you copyright it, you really need an editor, someone to read over what you have to make sure it's flowing. Because, sometimes we can be too close to our baby, okay? Yeah, and we don't know that, hey, your baby needs a hat, okay? So they will walk you through it and walk you through the design of your cover, because, just the cover alone is what's going to attract people.
Absolutely.
And your title. Have a strong title, because the title, you want the title to pique curiosity, or to draw people in to wherever your book is being, if it's being at the sold at the bookstores or online. You want it to have a ring to it to pique the interest of people. And then the content. You really got to look at the content and make sure that if it's a novel, it's a page turner. And if it's a self-help, it's actually helping.
Yes.
Okay. It's actually helping.
Yes.
You're giving some nuggets, some good facts, something they can chew on and hold on to make them grow. So I would say, a publisher would help you on that. Decide again if you want to seek a publisher or seek publish yourself. But go online, Google up the various publishing companies, and then determine which one speaks best to you and your pocket.
Amen about the pocket. Yes, yes. Absolutely. So let's take some more comments from the room. Hot Dog LA said, "What the hell? She's 60?" Divine Right, our soror, says, "Shut your mouth. 60? Where?" And Peekaboo is just having a general good time because he's laughing. Let's see. And U4Sight says, "It sounds like you took your life when it was at its worst and made the best out of it." I did. Yeah. Because when I lost my mom, who was my best friend, she was my road dog. I mean, we traveled and did things together, even while I was working. Because when I was working and I had to travel a lot, I would take her with me, especially after my dad transitioned. I would take her with me, and we just had fun, pure fun. I'm part of a sorority. We're part of the same sorority, and we would go to regional conferences and national conferences together. We went to our 100th anniversary centennial together and had a ball. And even though my mother only had one leg, she had a prosthesis, and she loved to dance. So she would stand up and she would do her little move, and she said, before she lost her leg, she would just stand up and do her little move. And she said, "Listen, I want to last throughout the whole record, so I'm not going to sweat. I'm just going to move from side to side. Y'all can sweat, do all them flips and everything, but I'm just moving from side to side." But we had fun. So what happened when I published my book, that I threw myself into helping and serving others. And that has been just a wonderful thing for me. And I'm just really happy that I can pass on my parents' legacy in teaching others how to do it and how to live a fulfilled life. Wonderful. Yeah. So Natalie Crook, troublemaker number 1, says 60. Crook's is over there harvesting the souls of Albanian newborns or some kind of sorcery. In true Natalie Crook fashion.
I love it, Natalie.
And so U4Sight says, in football language, it is your game to win or lose. Even at halftime, you can pull a win.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. And Divine Right says she can't wait to read the book, and it's available now.
It's available now on Amazon.com. So you can put in my name, Terri Crook, Crook, or you can put in It's Only Halftime. Either way, it will pop up and you can order the book.
Now, let me tell you how amazing the MediaScope audience is, because Hot Dog LA said he just bought the book on Amazon.
Wow.
He just bought it now.
Okay.
He bought the Kindle version.
Did he?
Yes.
All right. And if you order the paperback book, I will autograph it and have it sent to you, because I've worked out something with Amazon where I can do that. So if you order now, I'll personally autograph it and get it to you.
No. History needs you. No, when she says transition, she meant she passed on. So that's the word. He wasn't sure if transition meant.
Oh, I see.
Transitioned or no. She passed on. You know, terminology. Sometimes we.
And it's so, I'm so glad you wanted clarification of that. So thank you for that. But that's right. When we mention transitioning, we're talking about transitioning from the physical world to the spiritual world. That's how we're using that term.
Yes, absolutely.
That they're still alive.
Still alive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Divine Right says, I'm sorry to hear about your mother. She is shining on you. Thank you for sharing about the publisher.
Oh,
and Scotty, hey, how are you? I'm a little behind on the comments, but that's because we're having such good conversation. Let me take a minute before I continue on to say, hey, I'm chopped liver today on this show. It's all about Terri. But my name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, a filmmaker, a media content producer, and a journalist. This is MediaScope. We talk all about media, tech, and pop culture news. Periodically, I have special guests on, and today we have author, producer, and motivational speaker, Terri Crook, and she's talking to us about her book and also her upcoming talk show. Yes. So I want to continue on the room. Hey, Scotty, thank you for being here. Peekaboo, I see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Okay, not, I'm just going to call you Not. I apologize because I can't. It said, oh no, that is a bot. Not is a bot. Get out. I am these damn bots anyway. History Needs You says hop like it's hot for your dad. I love it. Hot Dog LA, we appreciate you. Thank you. I mean, MediaScope audience is so awesome. Now, the thing is, History Needs You says 2 nations divided by a common language. The reason he thought transition was because he lives in the UK, and obviously transition.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. British versus American English. Exactly. Yes. Angela Emons, what's up? Another author who is there. Yeah, wrote a book on Twitter, Unlocking Twitter Secrets, or Twitter Secrets Unlocked, I think it's called.
Wow.
Yeah. So Angela, welcome. She's a regular MediaScoper. Okay. Let's hop over to the Facebook Live side. I know I'm missing things. Oh, Penda says that we both look fly. Thank you. I think she's a little flyer than. Look, here's the thing. That was just pure laziness on my part if I don't try to look fly. But when you're 60 and you're effortless.
Oh, no. Trust me on this. There was effort.
But you make it look so easy.
There was effort.
You make it look so easy. But the thing is, it's like you don't look much different without all the, seriously. There are some people who need to make effort. Anyway. Let's continue on. Leah, hi. Leah Jenks, how are you? Leah. Welcome on the Facebook Live side. Good to see you. All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do now. We have 5 minutes left. So I think that's time for like 2 stories probably, or speed round, which we don't do very well. Speed look.
So we're going to the stories?
We're going to the stories.
So now I got to put on my glasses so I'll look.
Now the 60 comes out.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to the stories.
No, but I love those glasses.
Thank you.
I feel like a complete slouch. And I'll slouch to show how.
No.
Anyway, so all right, let's get to it. Could I have photo 1, please? MC Curtis. MC Curtis, you were remarkably quiet except for your, amen corner today.
No, enjoying it. It's been a great show.
Enjoying. Yeah, okay. So, photo 1, we have Stan Lee. Those of you, I think we've all heard it by now, and around the world there have been tributes, but Stan Lee, if you don't know, passed away a couple of days ago at the age of 95. He had a good run. So he was a writer, an editor, a publisher, and he was the co-creator of Marvel, a lot of Marvel comics, Spider-Man, X-Men, Thor, Black Panther, Fantastic Four. We don't really have to go on.
That's right.
Right?
That's
so much. So
the Incredible Hulk.
Are you really fawning over a green fictional character? Are you really like, ooh, Incredible Hulk? Like he's real?
Just going through over there, huh?
Oh, she is swooning over the Incredible Hulk like this man is real.
Right.
I could see if she said, ooh, Lou Ferrigno.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, Lou Ferrigno played the
Hulk.
Hulk on the show from the 70s.
Yes,
I remember
yes.
I was little.
Now, I'm telling you, when he bust out of that shirt, those eyes started changing. We were like, "Oh, it's on now."
Exactly. You could tell there wasn't much to do back then. Anyway, there were 3 channels on TV, and
Listen,
Hulk was on
that's
one
why
of them.
when they announced that he had died, many of us, many of the baby boomers were like, "Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so."
I know.
Because he really added a lot to our lives back then.
He absolutely,
and even now, really, even now,
absolutely,
you could tell it with the movies, with the blockbuster movies that have been created because of his gift of comics.
And the thing about it, in prior years, when you see comic book characters or you see superheroes, they're almost perfect.
Yes.
But the good thing about Stan Lee's characters is that they were flawed.
Right.
So these flaws allowed us to connect with them because as humans we're flawed.
Exactly.
And the message there is like, regardless of whatever, you could still be a superhuman. I got to tell this story. Keith Wade.
Yes.
So Keith actually got to meet Stan Lee because he was young and he told this story on Facebook. He had just enough money to buy the new comic of whatever it was.
Right.
So he had just enough money, and people, you had to pay to have Stan Lee sign the book. So he didn't have the money, but he just stood in line so that he could shake his hand and say how much he enjoyed it. Right. So he did that, and then Stan Lee says, "Well, don't you want me to sign your book?" He said, "Oh, I don't have any money," and he signed it anyway. And he said, "I know somebody else, a guy named Peter, who had that same problem," meaning Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Right.
And signed it for him.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
he always did things like that. And of course, later on in life, there have been some things about like possible elder abuse in his case and things like that. But that all of this just goes to show. I mean, the outpouring of love that's going towards him goes to show that we need an escape, and we really need these things. Why do you think we were so drawn to Wakanda? And people were like, "Oh, we're moving there," and I'm like, "Please don't, because we don't need your mess in Wakanda."
Yes. Isn't there like a Wakanda 2 coming out?
That is so true, but it just gave us a relief. I mean, to see that the obstacles that these characters had to face and they overcame them. And we were able to relate and take it back to whatever we were dealing with in our own lives and say, you know what, if they can overcome it, so can we.
Right.
We can be the superheroes of our own lives as well. So I just love the way he made these characters, as you stated, relatable.
Absolutely.
Related in the storylines. I mean, just awesome.
Absolutely. And MC Curtis, yes, there is a Black Panther 2 that is coming out, whether it's going to be called Wakanda Forevermore or Forever or whatever it's going to be called. We don't know yet, but there is a Black Panther 2 that is slated to come out.
Yes.
Did you think it wasn't going to happen?
Is Disney going to be behind it as well?
So he's asking if Disney is going to be behind it as well. Well, yeah,
I
Disney
believe
owns
they are.
Marvel.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Gotcha.
Disney
And
owns Marvel.
they filmed the movie right here.
Down the street.
Down the street.
Tyler Perry Studios?
No, at Pinewood
At
Studios.
Pinewood Studios.
In Fayetteville.
Okay, in Fayetteville. Yeah, down the street.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Well, rest well, my friend Stan Lee. You are surely missed, but your legacy will live on.
And thank you. Our loss, but our gain. So thank you for your legacy.
Thank you. And could I have photo 2, please? So, ladies and gentlemen, Amazon has decided, if you haven't heard already, they have decided on their, not just 1, but 2 new headquarters, Long Island City, New York, and Crystal City, Virginia, which is actually suburban Washington, D.C.
That's right.
So
beautiful place.
My old stomping ground. Yeah. So absolutely, this is what they decided. So the second U.S. headquarters is going to be split between those 2 cities. They're going to be smaller than expected offices. So Long Island City is in the borough of Queens, right? So it's actually, Queens. New York City and D.C. Those are really, really good choices, if you ask me.
Well, I think it's just wonderful about the jobs that they're going to be creating for those 2 places. Okay. I love whenever they're able to increase the job market, enhance the job market, because we really need that. Giving more opportunities for people to be employed.
Now, what I'm wondering is whether or not these, I'm sure they are, because remember, they have raised the minimum wage at Amazon to $15.
That's right.
So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We had a debate about this on MediaScope some weeks ago. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But at least on the surface, in the interim, that's more jobs and more people bringing home money.
Right.
So so many cities were fighting hard, incling Miami
and Atlanta.
And Dallas as well.
Dallas as well. He said,
"Yes,
yeah."
That's right.
I could see Miami. Give it up. I don't know why they tried. They're not coming there.
I just, I was very hopeful that they would come here to Atlanta, because with Amazon getting more into film,
right?
Okay, I just knew. I said, "Oh, this will be perfect for them."
Absolutely.
But they saw elsewhere. So,
wow. Well, good for you, Amazon. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Just get my packages to me on time. Anyway, let's go to CNN, guys. I know I really don't want to talk about this, but we must. It is part of media. CNN. You heard the whole thing.
I was just so taken aback by this whole thing.
So taken aback that those glasses
just this story really. You keep going.
I'm going to care. Let me go to the room for a minute, because I know there's some comments. So U4Side says Stan the man. R.I.P. Stan says Divine Right. Angela Eamon says Lou Ferrigno was sexy. Yeah. Let's see. So Natalie says Stan Lee cannibalized a lot of his collaborators, plus took all the credit. Tweeted about this yesterday. Now, there are a lot of things with Stan Lee, definitely. So that's one of the things that's out there, definitely. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's easy to write flawed characters when you yourself are flawed, so that makes sense. So that makes sense. We're all flawed. So. U4Side said he actually came out and debunked the elder abuse himself, and very strongly. Okay, we hope. Let's see. Everybody loves Stan. 152K live viewers came in for your broadcast at his star yesterday. So Hot Dog LA is awesome. He does these tours of LA, and he'll go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame and do like he did Aretha Franklin's star when she passed. And in fact, he cleaned. I love you for this. Before, when she was sick, he went to her star and cleaned it off.
Really?
Yes. Hot Dog LA is just like this beautiful soul. And yes, so you should, and you better have been featured, because these Periscope people are really stingy with their features. Just saying. Divine Right, you live, Crystal City is around the corner. You're in, and you're from Queens. All right, well, hopefully this Amazon money trickles down to you. So, okay, and let's see. Let me just, Leah Jenks says, lately they have slacked in their Prime delivery and you've been disappointed. Maybe this will help. I hope so. Yeah. Tanya, how are you? Tanya Aikman, one of my former students. Hello, Serendipity, another soror. Hello, how are you? Anna says, kind of wish they would have chosen the Buffalo region. Now, we know good and damn well, Anna. You know good and damn well they weren't going to any Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, New York.
Hey,
it would have helped the economy.
Is Anna from Buffalo?
Anna's from Rochester, which is like an hour and some from Buffalo.
Gotcha.
So it's like
she was looking out for the whole region.
Good for you.
And that's upstate,
but
right?
you knew that was happening. What happened?
That's considered upstate? Rochester?
You know what? Okay, so Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo, they are upstate New York, but they're so far west that they're also called Western New York. But nobody knows when you say Western New York what you mean. So most people just say upstate New York.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And when we say upstate, we're not just talking about Westchester County, New York City people. Anyway, and I love New Yorkers, but All right. So, Anna is psyched about the second Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Aren't we all?
Yes.
But it has a lot to live up to. A lot to live up to.
And I believe they're going to do it.
I think they're going to do it too.
They're going to do it.
But there's always that fear in the back of,
Yeah, but we're not going to even go there. We know they're going to do it. They are going to do it because they know what they're up against. So they're going to do it.
That's what happens when you have a motivational speaker on the show. Anyway.
Touche.
And I'll be like, yeah, but they're going to do it. The powers that be will see that. Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's go on. We have time for one more story. It's 7:07, and I don't want to usurp any more of the precious time that you've given to us. So we're going to go.
I'm enjoying this.
Oh, good. No, but see, the thing is, we will stay on for years, and we have to. I know us.
Right.
We never end on time.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
We ended close to on time with Coca because I know her schedule is so busy.
Yes.
So we had to end on time. But here, your time is precious too. So let's act like we have something else to do after this.
Well, we do have another recording, but
we do have another recording.
This, and I thank you all. Thank you for even staying on this long.
No, we thank you. We thank you.
Thank you.
So CNN, we already know that CNN has sued. Okay, if you don't know what happened, Jim Acosta and the person that currently lives in the White House got into it during a press briefing. Jim Acosta from CNN wanted to ask a further question and wasn't relinquishing the mic. There was this whole thing about the lie about he kind of manhandled one of the interns, which they backtracked now because that wasn't true. And now they have revoked Jim Acosta's press credentials. CNN said, you can't do that. That's infringing on First Amendment rights. And they have sued not just the person that currently lives in the White House that says he's the president, but also the press secretary and a bunch of other people are named in the suit. So here's my thing. We know this is the thing, and I want to hear from you guys too. Are press credentials in the White House a privilege or a right? Should they be revoked? Does he have, the person who currently lives in the White House, does he have the right to say, I don't necessarily want this person covering this, revoke the credentials?
Interesting.
Well, I feel that it's a privilege as an individual because you've earned the right to be there within your group that you're working with. Okay. But now I feel that there should be respect from both parties because, if the question is asked, you answer it. And if you don't want to answer it, there's a way. There's a way that you respond. Okay. I don't feel, being in a leadership, coming from a leadership position myself, there's a way that you respond to people. Even if you don't feel that the question was quite appropriate, there is still a professional response that you give without belittling people. Okay. And so that's just my personal opinion. I still consider myself a leader, but again, it's called being respectful. You get what you give. Okay.
Well, then using that, if you get what you give, maybe the response by Jim Acosta was warranted because this individual has not been very respectful of and I'm saying this as a journalist, the press has really been under siege under this administration, which is terrible. The press is the one thing that we have to speak truth to power and to inform the people.
And I agree. And that's where I was speaking from. Yeah. Okay. That there should be a certain amount of respect between those who are being questioned and those who are questioning. But I don't feel that you should belittle anyone because you disliked a question. If you dislike it, there's a way that you respond. There are a lot of people, a lot of our kids are watching these news conferences. And so you want to teach them how to respond appropriately to questions that you may not favor. Okay. Or you feel that they're not being asked in a way that's bringing a positive light upon you. But there's a way to respond. And that's what I used to love about the previous presidents and different officials who would respond. You know, they figured out a way to do it so eloquently that you understood the meaning behind their response without having to, you know, make someone feel as though they should not be where they are and just downgrading them and so forth. I mean, I just feel that there's a way that you respond. I was always
Absolutely.
taught that way, and I still feel that
And
way.
you said something, you were taught.
Right. Well, you know what? If I could add this piece here.
MC Curtis is going to speak in, and I'll be
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
No,
ahead.
if I could add this piece, I think
And-
his motivation is to really shut the press down, because he wants everyone to say good things about him.
So MC Curtis said that his motivation is to shut the press down because he wants everyone to say good things about him. But this is very dangerous because
Absolutely.
this is the same thing you see in authoritarian
Absolutely.
government. When they
Absolutely.
don't like what the press or people have to say, they shut them down, or dare I say, in some places, jail or kill them.
Absolutely.
What makes this different from what's happening in those authoritarian regimes? That's what's so dangerous about this. And the thing is that it is no longer. I was talking to Kevin, my co-host from TV Channeling, about this when we were talking about some show, and we were like, we can't use the word dystopian anymore because you know, dystopian doesn't. It's real. It's real. And he's like, yeah, it used to be a dystopian future. Now it's a dystopian present. And I'm like, because we might not have a future, unfortunately. And that sounds grim to say, but so, you know, the thing is, you were taught. There were so many people who have a lack of home training and a lack of consideration for other people. And I just don't think that this current administration has the tools to deal with it the way they should, because it's coming out. And that's not a commentary, because, you know, I don't do politics, but it's not a commentary on the administration. It's a commentary on the way that you deal with people and the press, which is tasked with giving you information. Go ahead.
You know
Curtis.
what? The press should absolutely have access to a public official. That's just how it should go. You should not be able to remove or rebuke their past, their White House credentials, and that's his motivation again is to shut them down, and he wants.
Right. He said his motivation is to shut them down. That they should absolutely have access to public officials. So that's what he's saying. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You're right,
Yeah.
MC Curtis.
Yeah.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Yeah.
But sometimes you
Exactly.
have to watch your motive or your intentions. You have to always watch your intentions, because it can always backfire on you. Because I'm a firm believer, good always overcomes evil.
It does in your world.
But
It does.
That's
Now,
not how
it
these people are playing the game, though.
But it always does. You just
At
have
some
to
point,
watch.
it may not. Yeah, that's the thing. It may not come tomorrow. It may not come when we want it, but
it will come.
It does.
It will come.
It does. It does. Yeah, it's just painful waiting for it.
Yes.
It's painful.
Yes, yes.
Waiting for it to happen. So
That's why I like the show 911.
yeah.
They had an episode called "Karma is a Bee," and I won't say the whole word, but "Karma is a Bee." It was so good. It was so good, because what they were putting out there, it came back to them. So if you ever get a chance, watch that episode 911. It was so
and
good.
you're not supposed to celebrate others' misfortunes, but
Yeah, but,
just saying.
but it was good. It was good. Gave you a lot to think about.
Exactly. So before we end,
Okay.
let me just go through. Hot Dog LA says, right, reporters are there to answer nothing inappropriate about Acosta's questions. I don't think so.
Right.
Angela Eamon says, well, I think it's a privilege, but slander is wrong and he should sue for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and there's a fine line between like slander, what you have to prove and all of that. The burden of proof is on you
Right.
when you do that. U4Side said that is not what journalism is about. You're supposed to ask the hard questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be there to pat your back. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you're the anyway. So Angela Eamon says he's president. He's supposed to be able to handle challenging questions under pressure. Exactly. U4Side said the president Wilson will be in Democratic hell when they start to investigate him. Answer questions now. Peregrine Took, welcome back. Yeah, and Divine Right says, agreed, Sora Terry. Goodwill will triumph over evil. I love the positivity in this room. It's fantastic. Candy Sakai from Japan, welcome on Facebook.
Hey!
Anna says, yes, worldwide over 62 journalists, citizen journalists, and assistants who have been murdered this year. Yeah, it's when you fan the flames, these are the types of things that happen.
That's right.
So they're not taking responsibility for it. Let's see. Newt Johnson, what's up from Massachusetts, from Roxbury? What's up from the Boston area? Good to see you.
Boston.
So is there anything that you want to put out there or share that we haven't covered? I'll ask you that before we end it off.
Well, the only thing that I would like to leave everybody with, and that is, be sure to, don't be afraid to come out of your comfort zone into your calling zone. And despite your age or your circumstances, I can't say it enough, that it's not about the time it takes to get there. It is taking the time to get there, because it's only half time. You are still in the game. So go for it, everyone. Go for it. If it's something you want to do, go forward. And get the book. It's only halftime, your playbook to your second win, because it will help you get there. All right?
All right.
All right.
All right. Wow.
Yes.
Terry, thank you so much, so much. And MC Curtis, can you put back up the slide with all of her contact info on there?
At Terri Crook Media.
Yes, at Terri Crook Media. So the slide that's coming up, that's up now, has her Facebook at Terri Crook Media, her Instagram at terry.crook, and her Twitter at Terri Crook 5. All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another MediaScope with Terri Crook, author, producer, motivational speaker, soon to be director too. You never know.
Yeah, well, no, I'm going to stay in my lane and let her do it right now. Okay? She does an awesome job.
Thank you. Thank you. MC Curtis, any last words?
Great show. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a great show. Fantastic.
Thank you.
All
I've
right,
enjoyed it too. So thank you so much for having me. And thank you all for tuning in and staying in.
Absolutely. And we're definitely going to have you back.
Okay.
This is like great motivational, and it's just wonderful.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to have you back.
Okay.
So
awesome.
With that, this is how I always end. And so I love you for watching. I bid you adieu. And MC Curtis, Terri Crook, the MediaScope family, and me, we're all going to exit, point this way, stage left. All right. Cheers.